Hello, strong people. It is week 3, day 1 of off-season prep work before the Arnold prep work. Today we have a 3-rep max on military press. So, as you probably can't see, but yeah, I still have all my stuff loaded from last week, so I have to unload that, which is pretty typical. I hate myself for that, but no one to blame but me. Got out here a little bit later than I wanted to. My gaming PC is not running quite properly, so I had to run it into a person that is smarter than me, which is quite a lot of people, but this guy specifically. And then I came back, destroyed like 5 hush puppies from Long John Silver's that my wife had. And you'll be like, oh, wow, that's a lot of hush puppies. I'm like, no, that's called moderation. I could have had 6. I stopped at 5. There's more. Don't worry. Judging me silently behind the screen. No, but all jokes aside, it's cold in here, so I'm going to record this quick, get warmed up, and then move some weight. Hopefully, some big weight, or fairly big weight. Big weight for me. Small weight for others. Something relatively heavy for me. So let's go from there. Oh, I almost forgot to mention. We had a casualty in the gym, I believe it was Thursday last week. I haven't mentioned it, but my speaker died. It's cold out here, obviously, so it zapped my electronics. Dead. Like, it won't do anything. So I'm going to be lifting in silence for the most part. Maybe I'll play something on my phone, but definitely don't have a speaker, but we'll survive. It is what it is. All right, so see you guys after I've pressed something somewhat heavy. Military press is done. That was exactly what I wanted to hit today, so I'm pretty happy with that. I don't know. It's hard to tell how warm-ups are feeling when it's as cold as it is. Because you don't really ever feel warm. You just kind of have to trust that you are. So like all warm-ups felt like the same. They felt no different. The bar felt meh. 135 felt meh. 225 meh. And then just all the way up. That felt, I don't know. Did it feel good? I don't know. It didn't feel bad. Didn't feel good. It just didn't feel. But it moved. I did my 3 reps with it. And then by some miracle, I was able to re-rack it. Because if you watch to see how close that bar was on the J hooks, then you'll understand what I'm saying, just how close that was. Looking down, I'm just realizing I don't have my rack weighted down right now. Probably would have been smart to check that beforehand, but you live and you learn, I guess. That's what I wanted. 355 for 3-rep max. Still don't really like military press that much. I feel like I have to press around my head, which if you overhead press correctly, the bar should move in virtually a straight line, straight up. I say virtually because you kind of want it to go up over your head a little bit, but when you do that, your head moves out of the way so you can press. So bar path might not be exactly straight, but on this movement, you can't move your head out of the way. Your head is, against the back of the seat. I know not all benches are like that. I know some don't have a head part that goes up that high. Some are shorter. But this one, yeah, my head's against it, so I can't move my head back to press where I'd like to. So I feel like I'm not pressing exactly how I'd like to, but the weight's still moving, so it's probably just me overthinking. But now I have some one-arm dumbbell press next. Not my favorite. Strict dumbbell press too, standing. So I got to look and see what I did last week and try to do a little bit, or 2 weeks ago. I think I had this movement. So I'll do that. Try to go a little bit heavier than the week before. Unless it's, higher reps, then we'll probably stick to the same weight and just try to hit the higher amount of reps. I don't know. I just know that it's one arm strict press dumbbell. So let's just see what we got. All right, one arm strict press standing dumbbell thingy dingy done. It was 3 sets of 7, working up to a top set. 2 weeks ago when I did it last, it was 3 sets of 11. So definitely a decrease in reps this week. So we went up in weight. I think when I did this 2 weeks ago, it was 95 pounds. I remember because I thought it was 100 pounds, and I was sad when I actually did the calculation and realized that it was in fact 95 pounds. So we threw in an extra 10 pounds this week. This type of movement that I've never done, I think I've done this once, like when I first started lifting, a standing, shoulder press dumbbell. It's weird. It gets hard fast. It gets really difficult really fast. So I know I only went up 10 more pounds, but it felt harder. Maybe I could have squeaked out. I did 105 pounds. I probably could have squeaked out 110, 115 maybe, but I'm in that mental area right now where I just don't want to fail reps because I failed so many top sets early on. And I'm just not. That's unacceptable. I don't know what I have next. I know it's some sort of row. Pretty sure it's dumbbell row. So we'll see if I show that. Either way, I got to get these elbow sleeves off because elbow sleeves underneath long sleeves it's kind of uncomfortable. I don't like it, so I'm going to take it off. All right, dumbbells are done. I should say dumbbell rows. I had planned on recording that just so I had a little bit more, actual lifting footage instead of just me sitting here talking to myself. But I ended up I did them. I don't know how my coach, when I hear dumbbell rows, I think of like 3 different exercises, but I went with the one, where you have like one arm on your bench and your other knee is on the bench, your back leg is out, and you're kind of rowing it straight up, like lawnmower poles, whatever you want to call them. So that's what I did. And I kind of just sped through them. Like, rather than rest in between, I used, because it's one arm at a time, I used, so I would do my right arm, go straight to my left. As soon as I finish the left, I'm straight back to the right. Because in my mind, that little bit of rest period that I had from my right arm while I was doing the left arm, that was good enough. And I didn't go crazy heavy. So by the time I got done with that, I was pretty toasted, honestly. Plus, it helped me stay warm because it's getting really cold out here. I know I've probably said that 3 or 4 times already, but I'm just making a note of it that I am not easily cold. And I'm wearing pants, a hoodie, and a beanie. I don't wear pants or a beanie unless it's really cold. So it's pretty cold. I think next I have some biceps and triceps. I'm not going to record those. I'm trying to think of the last time I watched someone do a bicep or tricep exercise. Yeah, I have no idea. Probably Sam Solek. I don't watch all of his videos, but it's nice to have on in the background because it's peaceful. Even though he is lifting crazy weights, it's almost relaxing. So I actually am watching a video of his right now. That's probably why it made me think of that. And yeah, that's about it. This week's schedule is going to be a little bit different, sort of. So tomorrow I did look ahead just because, it's the week of Thanksgiving, so we got other things going on. So tomorrow we have a 3-rep max on the Yukon bar squat, which is probably my favorite squat bar to use. Can you see my breath? No, I don't know if you can. But I'm pretty sure it's a 3-rep max on that bar tomorrow. That's the bar that everybody's always like, oh, wow, your bar's really bent. I'm like, well, it's built to be bent to allow for, a little bit. It's longer. You can get your shoulders into it easier, especially me with limited mobility now, which I don't like. I don't like having that. So that's definitely something I need to fix. Got to get that shoulder mobility back. Just because you have strong shoulders doesn't mean you can't have good mobility too. And so Thursday, obviously Thanksgiving, I was going to say will not be training, but I have been telling myself that I'm going to train Thursday night. We'll see how horribly full I am from all the food, which to me is all the more reason to train. And Friday, I'm definitely going to train. Saturday, well, there's a possibility I don't train Friday and train Saturday, but we'll see. I think that's about it. Not too much different of a week. Holiday season's always a little bit weird around lifting time because you got all this other priority stuff, but I also don't skip sessions, so you got to get them in when you can. So until next time, get strong, stay strong. I'll see you guys in the next one.